Hi, I'm John F. K. Mulder, and I would like to speak to you about what our course is about. So basically, um, you are interested in learning to speak ISIZULU, and I would like to answer the question, okay, how does it work? Tell me a bit more about your course. This is what I'm wanting to speak to you about. So if you would please give me a moment of your time, I'd be glad to tell you a bit more about what we have to offer to you as a person wanting to speak ISIZULU. Let me start out by saying that our course is a fully digital online course, um, comprised of more than 70 online videos fitted into 16 lessons that you do online. What is very nice about the course is because this is an online course with videos, the pace of the course is determined by you. Okay, so you can fit the course into your busy schedule and complete it in your time. Though, didactically speaking, in other words, speaking as a teacher, I recommend that you do one lesson per week. So, how does it work? You register for our course by making the payment for the course. And when your payment reflects on our side, we send you an email with your username and a password that you can change. And that email takes you to our online platform where you will be able to start straight away with lesson one, session one. Just a bit more about myself. I'm a polyglot. I speak 9 out of our country's 11 official languages. I'm still working on Chivenda and Xitsonga, but I can speak enough Xitsonga and Chivenda to make mother tongue speakers believe that I'm fluent, but I'm not. They are still able to gossip me blue if they choose to do so. But that's just as background, as teacher. Um, I am the founder and presenter of this course, ISIZULU 101 ULIMI LWEBELE. Um, by way of introduction, I'd like to take you through a typical week of this course. So let me take you through. Each week consists of at least 4 sessions. Now, these sessions are not very long, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes. Um, I like to teach what I call purity style, what we feed the little ones, just small bites at a time. Going through, let's say, week one, it looks something like this. Session one, I typically send you to listen to a music video or a song by well-known artists, maybe people like Johnny Clegg and Juluka, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, Zahara, Puze Kemis and Noketani. You listen to the song and you return for a discussion about um, some of the lyrics of this song. The idea is to use music as a window into the isiZulu language for you. That would typically be session one. Session two, I take you to a dialogue, a very typical everyday conversation that you find every day in isiZulu. This dialogue starts out very small or very modestly. Sawubona, yebo sawubona. Unjani? Siyaphila. Unjani wena? Nami ngiyaphila. Very short, but as the course progresses, this very same dialogue starts expanding until you reach the end of the course, lesson 16, and you have in front of you a nice and sturdy baobab tree of a dialogue. So it grows into more than 3 A4 pages of dialogue, where you then also gain through the course the benefit of repetition that is so important. But every week, something else, something new being added to um, the course, specifically then this dialogue. Right, moving on from the dialogue, which would be session two, we move on to the structure of the isiZulu language. Um, the isiZulu language is a very, very intellectual language, but there's also a danger of over intellectualizing the language and to lose the joy and the exuberance that comes with the language. Nevertheless, We do have one session where we focus on the more intellectual side of the language. Some would call it grammar. I would call it the structure of the language. Just one example that I want to give you. If you have people listening, if you listen to people speaking isiZulu and you hear them use the following sound, you hear zo, ngizokhuluma naye, ngizohamba naye, ngizomtshela. When you hear zo, you can know that the person is speaking about something that will still happen. In other words, something that hasn't happened yet, not now and not yesterday. It's something still in the future. Okay? So zo shows you that there's still something in the future. This is just as an example of what we would focus on in the third session, something about the structure. After that, I assess you. There is an assessment in every lesson. So typically after the third session, there is an assessment, 10 questions at least, multiple choice where you have to choose the right answer about what you learned in the previous sessions. And then when you pass the assessment, I give to you a free presentation on some aspect of the isiZulu world. A free presentation on the life of Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu's mentor, Dingiswayo of the Mtetwa clan. Who was he? What influence did Dingiswayo have on Shaka's thinking about the different tribes and nations during that time, about the future? What role did Shaka Zulu play in the forming of the Zulu nation? What was Shaka Zulu's attitude towards the Sangomas in his own day? A very interesting lesson for me personally, that specific one. There are other free presentations each time after each lesson when you've done the assessment. We focus on the Zulu way of showing respect and where that would differ, or comparing it with people of a more Western heritage here in South Africa. Many other aspects, religious aspects. There's one free presentation on the emergence of what some call the Tsotsi language. Okay, nobody's mother tongue, but a street language that so many people speak. Very interesting and very good for communication to know what is being said. We focus on that also, and many other interesting aspects related to the isiZulu language and the world of the Amazulu people. Important to remember that we do all of this and teach all of this with this as the aim, and that is to get you conversing, okay? To get you to start speaking isiZulu and to improve your skill of speaking the isiZulu language, and also to get you to start understanding the isiZulu language and to improve on your understanding. And then thirdly, and I think this is maybe one of the most important aspects of the course and what we have to offer, and I call those my personal keys. I mentioned to you earlier that I'm a polyglot, and so when I came to a place where I knew about 3 or 4 languages, I kind of stopped myself and I said, okay, but how did you do this? And I deliberately ignored what some people would say to me sometimes. They would say, no, you have a knack for languages, or, you're gifted. I thought, that's not going to help anybody. How can I help other people in learning to speak more languages, specifically isiZulu? And so I tried to retrace my steps. How did I get here? And so I discovered that in the process of learning multiple languages, that I gathered around my person what I call personal keys, personal strategies, personal methods, and ways of going about to learn this next language. And I want to say to you that in this course, I think this might be one of the most important aspects of ISIZULU 101 ULIMI LWEBELE, and that is obtaining these personal keys. Now, this is going to sound strange, but I'm going to say it anyway. even if you forget everything that I teach you in this course, if you hold on to the personal keys that I hand out in this course, you will be able to find your way through the ISIZULU world. It's very much like the expression, you must have heard it before, give a man a fish to eat and you feed him once, teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So to be honest, I do hand out fish. In this course, I teach you this phrase means this, but I also teach you how to fish. I teach you how to go about in learning to speak ISIZULU on your own. How do you get what you need and how do you go forward? Right. Then I would like to speak to you about the cost of our course. Concerning the cost, there are a number of things that we have to balance out. Personally, I have an honours degree that I passed with distinction cum laude in ISIZULU in the early 90s. I also have another honours degree in the classical language, Hebrew, Greek, and Latin that I also passed cum laude with distinction. And then I also have a master's degree in classical reformational studies. So in balancing out my own education, my own studies with personal tutoring, the price that I ask for one-on-one tutoring when we still did that before we went online is 400 Rand. 400 Rand for 75 minutes. So that would be 1 hour and a quarter, 400 Rand. On that scale, the scale of 400 Rand for 75 minutes, this course of 16 lessons would come to 6,400 Rand. 6,400 Rand this course would come to on that scale. But where you are now listening to me, we are offering this course for our what we call our Inkululeko special, our freedom special. And here we are offering it to you at 3450, 3450 Rand, 3,450 Rand for our course. So this is basically what the course is about. I would like to mention that there are some extra benefits when you register for the course, when you've made your payment. Let me mention just a number of the extra benefits. In the first place, registering for the course, you get access to 70 plus online videos of our course, ISIZULU 101 ULIMI LWEBELE. Then each lesson also has quite a number of PDF files that you download onto your computer, and these PDF files remain on your computer even after the course is finished. So, and that's of course for reference if you want to go back, look again at this or that lesson. Thirdly, from the day that you register for the course, you have access to the online course for 12 months. 12 months. This is a 16 lesson course, and if you stick to one lesson per week, you would be able to finish it in 4 months' time. Okay? But if you are like some students realizing the importance of repetition, you would be able to complete this course. You would be able to do it thrice over. Okay, 4, because you have access for 12 months. People ask, would I be able to go back to this lesson or to that lesson? Absolutely, absolutely. You would be able to go back to this lesson or to that lesson just to do it again to refresh your memory and so forth. And then lastly, another extra benefit is you have a direct access in real time to the founder and presenter of this course, and that's me, John F.K. Mulder. I have students contacting me through WhatsApp, people who enroll for the course through WhatsApp, asking, how do you say this? Why do you say this in ISIZULU? What does it mean when people say this? And so forth. So you also have that benefit. I hope what I just told you was informative, and more than that, I hope that you would come and join us. It would be great to have you and to walk this journey with you, this amazing and extremely interesting journey of learning to speak the ISIZULU language and to revolutionize your relationships in South Africa, whether it be in the workplace, wherever you go in South Africa, and also to improve on your communication, which is so needed in our time. So let me invite you, come and join us, and let us walk this journey with you. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Bekumnandi kakhulu ukukhuluma nawe. Ube nosuku oluhle. Ngiyabonga mngani.